Okay, so here's why you choose courage. Courage, isn't that exciting? Hey, it's Lynnie Wennerstrom, and I'm here to help you find your purpose. And one of the tools I use to help you to do that is Dr. Shad Helmstetter's book, 365 Days of Positive Self-Talk for Finding Your Purpose. Because you deserve to find your purpose. And when you know what your purpose is, what happens? You already know. You have meaning, which gives your life value, and you have direction. That's why you want to find your purpose. So today, December 9th, it is day 344. There are 22 days left in the year, and we are almost 94% done with the year, just right there. So here is the passage for today. I have courage. There are times I may be uncertain or afraid, but because I choose, I choose. I choose, I choose, I choose, I choose, I choose. Very empowering. You choose to have courage. I replace my doubts with determination, and I change my fear to faith, and that creates my victories. Bzz. Let's spin it around. I almost spin it around a little bit too early. Ready? You have courage. Wait, why are we spinning it around? If you're new, it's because it's your higher self speaking to you, or it's you speaking to you in the second person, or it's somebody of influence speaking to you, like your parents or teachers or somebody that you respect, a peer, mentor, someone like that. Or maybe it's just me. So here we go. You have courage. Yes, you do. That's not how it goes. Okay, I have courage. There are times you may be, I went back to I. We're starting again. Ready? 3, 2, 1. You have courage. There are times you may be uncertain or afraid, but because you choose to have courage, you replace your doubts with determination, and you change your fear to faith. And that creates your victories. Don't you love victories? Victories are wonderful and fantabulous and exciting and empowering and build your self-esteem. And I'm just kidding. But really, it's amazing when you have courage, when you choose to do the hard things that seem, I say hard, things that maybe you don't want to do. Well, I was talking about, Lynette and I this morning, we were talking about Steve, my hubby, and he's now been gone for a month. He now went across the veil. It's been a month and a day. And that man chose to do the most difficult things always. First thing in the morning, he would get up and he would do the things that were the most difficult that he really didn't want to do. And he had the most focus. I am going to channel that man because I learned by watching him and really understanding having focus, it's a choice. And when you choose to focus, and it takes courage to focus because there's so many distractions in life, and you can choose to scroll, you can choose to stay in bed longer every single morning or go to bed earlier, you could choose to watch TV, you could choose to go eat or drink or do other stuff because it's way more fun. It's distracting, or get on the phone and talk to someone. And you could choose all kinds of things to stop you from doing the things that really need to get done, the priorities. These are key concepts that I teach in coaching, but determination, focus, and prioritizing, setting goals, like these are the things that these are the qualities, the key concepts that successful peopleroos use. And they may not use all of them, but you won't find a very successful person who is not determined and who does not have priorities and know exactly they have goals and they prioritize those goals and they get those things done. And this is why Steve was a very, very successful man in business and in his personal life and in so many areas of his life, because he was so focused and so determined. He would work, if he had to work until 1 or 2 in the morning, he would, and he would get stuff done and get it all done however long it took him to get it done. And he would get up in the morning and do whatever he was going to do in the morning, and then he'd just start working on the things that were the most difficult. I admire him immensely because for that. And I decided, if I'm going to take something from the lessons that I learned, so many things, but the courage to focus and be determined and stay on task and do the difficult things first, prioritize, set my goals in the morning, what I'm going to do. That guy had him in his head. Like, he didn't, I was working with him, like coaching him. It's like, they're in my head. And they really were in his head. But a lot of times he would have to work longer because he didn't have things written out. And sometimes he actually was able to like move a few things off his list when we were working a little bit together, which just in that coaching for a while. But anyway, he was so focused. I've never ever seen a more determined, more focused individual in my entire life. Just on target, head down. And if I ever said, babe, I got to feed you, right? Let's have breakfast, or it's time for lunch. He would have his food by him if he still wasn't done. And then he might eat a bite just because I bothered him to eat one. And then it would sit there. This is a guy who loves food. So he would just eat it afterwards and eat it cold or whatever. He was so focused, and he did not get off task. And if I really bothered him to get off task, he would be very irritated because he said then he had to work really hard to stay focused, get his focus back. So and start all over. My point in telling you all this is that you can take, when you have the courage to succeed in life and to decide what your goals are and what you want to get done, and then you prioritize every day. If you're listening to the self-talk, the self-talk language, if you're listening to mastering time or goal setting or living in quality life. I'm thinking of all the ones, but mostly, almost a lot of them talk about prioritizing, because it's such a key concept and such it really helps you if you have your goals and you're looking at them morning and night. And I was just reading something. I know what I was reading. I'm doing. I don't know if you know who Leonie Dawson is, but I'm doing her workbook, her business workbook, and in here she has. Let's see if I can find it. Look how fun it is. I like doing her workbook. It's this is the Life Edition. I'm looking for what she has is about people who set their goals, and I have a few different numbers about that, but there are so few. See, it's like this, but it's I encourage you to get this. It's fun, and it's all about setting your goal and getting your year ready. Like the things that this is for entrepreneurs. It's not just for entrepreneurs, but it works really well. It's like, what are you doing? And the books that she suggests and everything. Anyway, it's just a good one. And it's fun. But let's see about the goals. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I haven't started. I was going to start it today, but I have a new computer. I've been trying to get my email and other things set up on it. So, and then you just do what you can do. But, okay. So here's what she writes, which is really interesting because I tell you this all the time. Shad Helmstetter, as I coach, these are really important concepts. Leonie Dawson is, I don't know about, she's definitely, she says she's a millionaire or more. I don't know. And she started, I forgot her whole story, but she's still young. Like, I think she's still in her 30s, late 30s or something. And she's done an amazing way to help her. But and these books, she's so creative and things. But So she talks about regularly looking at your goals, and all of this takes courage. It takes courage to do the things that aren't like, they don't just come second nature. But see, look at this. I have courage. There are times I may be uncertain or afraid, but because I choose to have courage, I replace my doubts with determination. Determination is a key concept that successful people use. And I change my fear to faith. You believe in you. You know you can do it. And that creates your victories. Your victories are achievements. Your victories are building your self-esteem. Your victories are moving in the direction that you want to. So I'll read here, regularly look at your goals. See, she writes in here about that. And the more you remember and review your goals, the faster they'll come true. It'll help you align your daily habits in the direction of your dreams. So she has different ideas with, like, carry the book with you until it's dog-eared and well-loved, and da-da-da-da. Like, it's really good. And then she has this is what I wanted to show you right here, because want to be in the top 1% of achievers. 80% of people don't even think of goals. Look how long I've been talking to you about goals. So we started talking about goals. And it's really funny. I started this goal group, and guess who was in it? My family. My brother, Lynette, and Steve. And I think we had one person sign up, we had people sign, I had people sign up, but they didn't show up. And that was last year, and I was doing it free every single week. I was going to do it this year again. I thought, I'm not going to waste my time. And I'll be doing something, but I like to volunteer my time and help people. But see, look, 80% of people don't even think of goals. And I don't know that that's exactly true, but 16% think of goals but don't write them down. I think that's a bigger number. 3% write down their goals but never look at them again. And then just 1% write down their goals and regularly review them. These people are among the highest achievers. That number, and remember, it's really funny because I have an 80% from a neuroscientist standpoint, and I think it's 80 to 85%. If you just write it down, you have an 80, I think it's an 80 to 85% chance that it raises your chance of achieving that goal just by writing it down, taking it from the brain. Remember, you're moving from the invisible into the material world, from the invisible into the visible. And so, but just by writing it down, that tells your brain, oh, this is important. This is important. And so that gives you your chance if you actually write it down. So, but it's true that, you think about it, have you written down your goals? And I just love that Leonie has this every year. It's in her workbook. She's changed it up this year, but she still has it every year. It's such a good workbook. It's fun too. And she has one for life and for business. But it really comes down to if you a lot of people, this is about the time when everybody starts looking at goals and saying, oh, I want to think about the major areas, be more spiritual, have more meaning in their life, find their purpose, start losing weight or getting fit, or looking at the money that they wanted to make and didn't, or the career that they really would like to be in, or change a job, or all these things, start a family, do, just change. It's like they're coming to an end. We think kind of not kind of, collectively for the most part, especially in the United States, but here comes one year and into another. I should say most places, but I don't know. I just know the United States. So collectively, we go from one year and then it's like, oh, here comes another year. So what is it that what would you feel would give you courage to set your goals, to decide that this is the year that you're going to make the changes and become that person? The journey is about the becoming. It's not the destination. Having a goal is so wonderful, because with a goal you always have a target date to get there. And that target date is written, you know how we talk about this in active goal setting, that you have the goal and then when you're going to accomplish it. So my goal is to, and whatever that is, so you make it very active and an action, and then you date it. And that, so the goal is written in stone. If it's important to you, you could always change your goals. But if that's a goal that's important to you, that's written in stone. And the date that you accomplish it, life happens. So that's written in sand, and it changes. Just think like the beach coming in and washing over the sand, and it changes the sand, and then you write another date. You just keep moving if that goal is important to you. And then you write your obstacles, and your obstacles, whatever is stopping you or what's wanted and needed, or why hasn't it been done yet? Why haven't you gotten that done yet? You just look at that in the obstacles. And then you write for each obstacle, you come up with 2 or 3 that is stopping you. It could be something emotionally. I keep self-sabotaging myself. And then maybe for the action step, because the action step, these are your steps. This is your plan. This is your blueprint for achievement of that goal and for designing your life. So that is, then you write your step, your action step for, I just keep self-sabotaging. I don't know why. Well, I'll tell you why. Because of your programs. And so the action step might be, download the self-talk app by Dr. Shad Helmstetter right now and start listening to it. Because 21 days, and you actually have, how many days do you have? 22 days. You have 22 days. It's 21 days to change a habit. And as we know, if you've been with me, it's about 21 days. Neuro researchers are, it takes about 21 days to dismantle those stronger programs. And you're at that, and the way you're dismantling is by giving your brain a new program, listening, repeat of the programs that you want, which is in the self-talk language that Dr. Shad Helmstetter created for us, which is what I'm talking about. And that is always in the description. And you can get 30 days free. Why not? You have 22 days if you start right now. So you can really start dismantling those before the beginning of the year, those stronger programs that are sabotaging you, stopping you, holding you back. So, and then you create your blueprint. Your blueprint is your action steps, and you date those. So when are you going to do those? And typically you do these within a week, so you can keep yourself moving. You can have your 1 month, your 6 month, your 1 year, whatever that is you want. It's just try to keep it reasonable. And one of the reasons why the coaching system that I was trained in is so effective and helps my clients reach their goals when they want to reach them is because it's about it is literally about finding the right goal and not being so, oh, but in 2 years I'm going to have $2 million and all of this. It's really, where will you be 1 year from now? Like, where will you be? And then back it up to, let's start with this week. In order to reach that bigger goal, what are the things that you need to do this week? The baby steps, because it's the culmination of all these baby achievements that get you to the grandiose, your destination. And if you don't do all the baby steps, then you're just going to give up, feel overwhelmed. The end of the year comes, here comes 2025, and you're looking back and saying, man, I didn't write my goals this time. I got to do it for 26. Let me help you with that. I'd love to coach you. If you'd like to work with me, Lynnie at LynnieMotivates.com with the word winner. And let's get started. Let's get you started for the year. Okay, and I have group coaching. I always have all my information in the description as well. I have group coaching, or I have one-on-one. If you really want to go for it, I'd choose the one-on-one. It's very, very good. Very, very, you'll make a lot of progress very, very quickly. You could even do like 1 month, the Kickstarter program, and that could really kickstart your 2025 beforehand. Okay, so courage. We go back to courage. And I talked about Steve. I mean, he had the courage to do the things that were not fun, and he did them first thing in the morning. He had the courage to say no. He would always tell people, nope, don't, that doesn't fit in my plan. he was he was a very amazing man. So I'll read this one more time, the way Dr. Shad wrote it for December 9th. I have courage. There are times I may be uncertain or afraid, but because I choose to have courage, I replace my doubts with determination and I change my fear to faith, and that creates my victories. What do you think about that? Isn't that amazing? I'd love to hear your comments. If there's anything that you agree with, disagree with, you have your ways of writing down your goals, let me know what works for you. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to see your comments. And that's what I got for you tonight. I love you so very, very much. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Chula? I think she cheered that I'm done. She said, woohoo. You probably heard her. So we're working on
me.
So don't I look great today? Did you see my cap? Look what that says. Steve got this for me when I went to my herbalist convention. What does it say? I can't think. I can't see it. But anyway, look how cute. Can you read it? I'm trying to see. I forget. It's something about women who don't make something.
Well-behaved women
Oh, well-behaved women, Kat?
rarely make history.
Oh, well-behaved women rarely make history. I can't see it because I have this fancy pants cinematic on, and it kind of blurs it. Oh, there it is. I can see it now. Yep. And I'm definitely not a well-behaved woman. So I think all of us make history, right? We are history. Herstory, history. Anyway, that's all I got for you, cutie butt. I love you so very, very mucho. You can do, be, have, create, become, change absolutely anything. You were born with unlimited promise and potential, and then you got programmed. Gosh darn it. But here's the good news. You can rewire your brain. You can rewire all those programs with programs that you want, ones that help you have financial strength, that build your self-esteem, that help you learn to have a quality life, that help you win in relationships, help you with your health and fitness, losing weight, defeating problems, dealing with stress, worry, and depression, recovery and addiction, smoking, stopping smoking. Like there's so many of these beautiful, fantabulous self-talk programs, mastering time, mastering goal setting, all of that. You can get that for 30 days free and then $19.99 a month. And then you can have up to 6 peeparoos on that your account with you. So why not share that as a gift for the holidays? You know, for less than like 2 or 3 cups of coffee a week, you know, you could have this where you're rewiring that brain of yours that is your tool, your gift on planet Earth. I really don't think that there's anything more important than for the 3D world, for planet Earth. If your brain is not working and not healthy and not helping you to succeed, and it's holding you back, it's not working for you. It is working with the programs, the ones that were wired into your brain that you are allowing, because now you know about neuroplasticity. If you've been with me, you understand neuroplasticity. You understand that your brain is constantly rewiring itself until the day you take your last breath. Till you take your last breath, it is rewiring itself, meaning it's creating programs that are creating your beliefs, that are creating your attitudes. Your attitudes create your emotions or your feelings, and those feelings, emotions create your behaviors, your actions that you take, and your actions and The behaviors are the results that you get, the outcome of all of that. It's just this cascading thing of events that, and it's all starts with your programs. So back it all up and put in the programs that work for you so that your beliefs are one that you are worthy, that you have every right to have the income that you truly desire. And there's nothing stopping you except you. It's all in your head. Truly, I promise you. It's all in your head because everything is in our heads. And it's our brains that we think. It's our thinking. And this is why this self-talk that I mean, this is why I got certified in the first place and learned like how to, the whole system of how to, for myself and how to coach and also as self-talk training to train the brain. And I'm still I do it every single day. Dr. Shad Helmstetter, when last year when I was certified, he was about 10 minutes late, and I was calling his contact person and or texting and saying, did I get the date wrong, the time wrong? Because I was like, Shad Helmstetter, I mean, this guy's not going to be late. Like, I must have. And I was like, no. And it's like, I'm not going to second guess myself here because I have it down. But yet it just seemed like that couldn't be right. And he finally calls me and he's like, man, I was in a meeting and I kept telling myself I was doing my self-talk, saying, I'm never late. I'm never late. I'm never late. I always arrive on time. as he was late. And I loved that so mucho. I thought that was one of the greatest things, that here's this guy that actually created this. Didn't create self-talk because we all talk, but he created this program the way that he created it, of saying a phrase of all about as self-esteem, building your self-esteem. Like all of that it's a foundation of building your self-esteem, and then all the other parts of your life. So it made me laugh when I when he said that, and I just thought that was it was he's a product of his own product. I'm a product of the self-talk product. Like I am very proud of that because I'm rewiring my brain and I'm a lot more positive, a lot more confident. My self-esteem is a lot higher. It was like I explained driving the motorhome. All of a sudden I could just drive the motorhome and I had not even intimidated. 37 foot, but also with the Jeep behind makes it about 47 feet. And I just got in and started driving it with Steve. We had our last RV trip together in March and April. And I just got in it and had absolutely no trepidation. No, I was not intimidated. I just started driving and I was having fun. And it was all of a sudden I was thinking, wow, what happened from last year to this year where I was so intimidated? Before that, it was actually a couple of years because of COVID. But what happened? My self-talk, my confidence just blossomed. That's what happened. Isn't that exciting? Things like that can happen for you too. You could just start having confidence. Anyway, and it's not fake confidence. You are permanently rewiring your brain, which you could, if you wanted to change it to even something else, you could rewire it to whatever, because your brain is rewiring until the day you take your last breath, till your very last breath. That's neuroplasticity. So you can always change your programs. It's all up to you, because you change your programs, change your beliefs, change your attitudes, and then doing, that whole cascading of events. I love you so very, very much. I know I already said this, but you can do, be, change, have, create absolutely anything. You can become absolutely anything. I believe in you. You can do this. And as always, shining my light to brighten yours. Get on finding that purpose if you haven't yet. So much love. See you tomorrow. Ciao.